There's so many things that are pulling us away from clarity on a physiological, psychological level, and spiritual level. And so, what have you found are like a couple of the top real impactors that are really pulling away from people's clarity, but then also bring people into clarity within their life?
Great question. I think first and foremost, it's just your everyday rituals, right? That has to be part of the program. Now, I'm not of this mindset that we have to be militaristic about everything. I don't think that's fluid for being human. I think that there are stuff that is non-negotiable, but we need to find balance. Like, for example, what water are you drinking? Let's just start at the bare essentials. Like, are you drinking spring water? Do you know what the TDS of that water is? Total dissolved solids. Do you know where that water is coming from? What water are you bathing in, right? Are you bathing in municipal tap water that's filled with trihalomethanes and all kinds of carcinogenic compounds that are lowering your senses and causing inflammatory response throughout your entire body, creating low-grade anger and frustration and resentment? That might be a problem. Are you breathing in the vapors of that water, which is getting directly into your alveoli, expressing into your blood, causing all kinds of microinfraction inflammatory response systems, cytokines? I can go on and on. IL-1, IL-8, all these different things. Are you sleeping properly? Like, most people have been in partnerships for like 10 years and have no idea that they can't sleep next to their partner because they have different dojas or different biochemistry or different energies. Maybe they need to sleep separately. You know what I mean? Are they not sleeping in a dark room that's 64 degrees? Are they waking up with alarms? Are they not getting full sun exposure on the rides? Are they not hydrating properly on the rides? Are they not properly mineralized? I can go on and on. I think there's fundamentals that we have to have. And then from there, because I would say the most asked question I get is, Chervin, how do you detoxify, right? My cousin said, in this realm, detoxification might be more important than nutrition. And there's some truth to that because we're in an extremely toxic world. Like, this is what we're dealing with on a daily basis is insane. It's unbelievable that our bodies are holding up, but we're also seeing a lot of bodies that are not holding up and a lot of minds that are not holding up. So before I go into like an exotic detox plan where it's like chelation therapy and all this different stuff, just stop putting in things that don't belong, right? Like, stop eating like those fried foods, stop eating that GMO food, stop putting yourself around, TV and television. Get all that stuff out of there. That's the first place of detoxification. We got to keep our bodies and minds as clear as possible. Without that, without the faculty of clarity there, forget about going into higher levels of attainment or higher levels of potential. That's just dreaming at that point, or it's kind of a false narrative, false reality. I think we need to be able to be in a place where our bodies and our minds are rejuvenating properly. We've gotten into this system too where there's too much of a burden, too much of a stress on the body, and then at that point, we're coping with it by accelerating with other things like drugs and caffeine and foods and sex and all those things. Those are all stimulatory, excitatory. And when you're in a level of cortisol stress, your body's spiked with stress, you're dysregulated, you need more stress to feel normal, right? Mm. That's why a lot of people, they can't sit in the quiet. They can't sit in silence. It's uncomfortable for them. They need stress. And you've seen that. You see those people, they're driving on the roads. They're pissed off. Fender bender, they're ready to fight you on the street, right? And it's really just like, how are we approaching the awareness? And I think someone can hear me talk about these things, but unless you learn why and how this works, it's not going to work. That's a big deal for me. That's a big deal for everything I'm doing with Symbiotica. We're not just some supplement brand. It's like, you need to learn why this is like this. Why did we design something like this? What the R&D said, what the intention was. You again, everyone, be your own master magician and doctor and learn why you need proper sleep. If your sleeping is off 20% a night, in a year you're screwed up, and that's a problem. And I think fundamentals are the key savior for you to go into the next level of devoutness and really becoming a pillar in your community.